Hello, everyone. Welcome to. I'll just call this a showcase match. For those of you guys who are wondering what happened in the series between Tho and. Oh, what was his opponent? Tho and WFZ. Unfortunately, they used a non standard version of Direbrook 0.8. And I could not get to that game for you guys. So today it will be three separate games that are completely unrelated to each other, but should all be very, very entertaining. HLA spawning as the blue Undead player here at the 3 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have Spiral spawning at the 9 o'clock position as the orange Orc. Orc versus Undead in this game, and I am looking forward to it. I did read some of the reviews. Hopefully none of the games were spoiled to me, but this game was highly rated as well. So I'll just consider Wednesday to be a showcase match day, as we are seeing the Ultra of Darkness come in. And is that Ultra of Darkness late? Yes, it is. So it does look like this is a Crypt Fiend build. As you can see, the Ultra of Darkness is now down. Wait, why would you delay your Ultra of Darkness and not go for a fast Graveyard? I am still scratching my head on this one, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. You can see another Ziggurat coming in, but the delay on the Death Knight will mean that it is not going to be able to harass the Blade Master nearly as well, nor will it be able to get that all-important early experience. Curious move there. Perhaps he doesn't need his Death Knight out as early as you would normally have it, but I will never know, because I don't have any way of contacting any of these professional players other than watching their replays and trying to peer inside their mind from there. So far, Spiral is opening up with the standard Blade Master grunt opening. The Voodoo Lounge is down, and all we're most likely going to see is the Blade Master come in here, try and take down this Troll Trapper, or pretty much take down this Troll Trapper after a wind walk, and get the necessary tome. And that tome is very, very helpful. No, just sold the Scroll of Town Portal, did not go for the kill there, as we already see a Ghoul and a lone Acolyte on the far side of the field. This is rather unorthodox. The Ghoul is needed for early lumber, so this Ghoul, and the fact that this Ghoul is this far out across the map, means that he is not going to have as much lumber as he normally would. Let's take a look at it though. 200 lumber, he is fine. He is currently coasting on lumber with 4 Ghouls mining very, very efficiently. Meanwhile, one poor Acolyte will get taken down. A spear to the back gets him killed. One of the only undead units that I believe is still technically alive, but can still be healed by a Death Coil. So far, Blade Master going up against an Ogre Warrior. Ogre Warrior will fall. Ring of Protection +2, not the item he was looking for, as we now see skeletal minions rushing inside here. Spiral is going to be behind in terms of lumber, and because of that, he will not be able to train up his Shadow Hunter and get the necessary bestiary, and the necessary bestiary, and also raiders, and the Spirit Lodge. You can see now that the Blade Master is attempting to run away. Death Knight does get off a Death Coil there. It looks as though the Blade Master does use another healing salve. It does not want to fall victim to a Death Coil, as the Death Knight is doing a good job there. So far, Ring of Protection has been sold. Picks up some healing salves and a Clarity Potion once more, as the Blade Master now looks to back off and regain a little bit of composure. Coming back around, we can see that the Death Knight is looking for perhaps more skeletons for skeletal minions. There you have it. Will be taking down this Forest Troll, as the Blade Master is gonna look. No, he is just buying Boots of Speed, and he has not used that Windwalk trick in order to get that all-important tome. I am surprised by that. The Blade Master could easily get a Tome of Experience or a Tome of Agility +2. Very nice items on a Blade Master who needs experience and high damage. Meanwhile, back inside the base, HLA is coming back in, doing a bit more harassment. There goes a skeletal minion there, as the Blade Master will be dealing with a level 2 Death Knight in just a moment. So far, the Blade Master gonna clean up this creep camp there. He does have a Ring of Protection. It will most likely be sold once more, as the Death Knight, still wandering around on the inside, does see a low hit point peon, and now that peon, oh, a beautiful stuck move by HLA. This peon now in a bit of trouble, gets the death coil, it's going to try to run away, and now the Death Knight is stuck inside the base still. This is absolutely the worst possible spot for HLA, as he is going to get slowly picked apart. This one grunt gonna be sitting right there, the Death Knight just taking a lot of damage, and this is absolutely hilarious as a Scroll of Town Portal finally used to get out of dodge. A bad position there, and somehow HLA getting trapped inside his opponent's base. No Staff of Teleportation, burns through 350 gold to head back home. I'm not sure what I would have liked to have seen more. Perhaps the Death Knight could have sacrificed himself to the Orc Burrows instead. And with the Orc Burrows, you do not get experience if they get the kill. Alright, Blade Master going up against an Ogre Warrior. It looks like it will get taken down. There is still a Circlet of Nobility being left behind. Will we see the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength dropped for the Circlet of Nobility? I do believe so, as the Death Knight now attempting to creep out the Gargantuan Sea Turtle camps. These items are very potent. Potions of Invulnerability, or what I call the full potions. Potions of Greater Mana, Potions of Invulnerability, and Potions of Greater Healing. All very effective here, as the Death Knight is going to get to level 3. He picks up a Wand of Mana Stealing, not necessarily the best item in this particular matchup here, as he does steal some mana away from that Blade Master. The Death Knight now up to 98 mana. He will be able to save a ghoul off of that. So yes, that was a good trade indeed, as we are now going into Obsidian statues. HLA looking very strong, but then again, so does Spiral. Spiral is going into Fortress. He has the Bestiary. He does not have the Spirit Lodge, surprisingly, and without the Spirit Lodge, he is going to be very limited on what he can do. He's not going to have Spirit Link, but then again, you do not want to have too much Spirit Link either, because those Devourers, those Destroyers will devour all of that magic and deal even more damage back. Belt of Giant Strength being left behind. All of a sudden, the Shadow Hunter has become a secondary tank at 625 hit points with 4 armor, and essentially more effective hit points than a Grunt. Let's see here, the Shadow Hunter will get to level 2 as the Troll Berserker will fall. I would have liked to have seen actually the Troll Berserker getting taken down first to get the Shadow Hunter to level 2 before reading that Tome of Experience. I do believe at higher levels you gain less experience for the kill, as the Blade Master now coming in. All right, the Blade Master coming in. There's a Death Coil. The Blade Master is going to slip away now. It looks like it will be backing off. Healing Salve onto that Blade Master once more. Is it going to be able to be revealed again? Yes, it looks like it will be. I'm not sure who got the experience there. It doesn't look like the Orc team got it, or the Blade Master got it all, as the Lich is now still sitting at level 1. There's a Hex. Poor Ghoul will get taken down. There it goes. Meanwhile, the Obsidian statue with Frost armor, the only real deterrent to stop a Blade Master. Blade Master now looking to come inside. He is wind-walked. He is going to perhaps try and take down some of these Acolytes, but those Acolytes are so well defended by all of the buildings. We are still sitting on 1 base each, even though 2 Gargantuan Sea Turtle camps have been crept out, in addition to a starting location. So far, the items have really been stronger for the Orc team, and the Blade Master is doing everything it can to prevent HLA from leveling up his opponent's duo. This Death Knight and Lich here working together. Are we perhaps going to see a Tavern hero picked up? I wouldn't be surprised. No, I am not surprised. And it is going to be a Naga Sea Witch. A Naga Sea Witch, normally a second hero, not a third hero. Now that we see a Naga Sea Witch here, that means that he wants to get into this engagement, and he wants to get in quickly. However, he's going to be dealing with a Kodo Beast, double guard towers, or double watch towers, and with these lower hit point ghouls, he cannot really afford this engagement. Blade Master is now coming inside here. Naga Sea Witch is here as well. It looks as though, yes, one Gargantuan Sea Turtle will get taken down. We do have Dust of Appearance. Another Gargantuan Sea Turtle, Giant Sea Turtle will get taken down. Dust of Appearance could be used momentarily. There's a Death Coil, as now we see Speed Scroll being used. Blade Master finishing off a low hit point ghoul there, as we now see a surround on a grunt. Obsidian Statue now coming over. Death Coil not in time. Level 2 now on the Lich, as the Gargantuan Sea Turtle should get taken down. Alright, is it going to be enough? Alright, the Blade Master now looking to come in again. Both sides fighting. The Gargantuan Sea Turtle actually just eating whatever it wants, as we now still see the Naga Sea Witch being backed off. Alright, Hex onto the Naga Sea Witch, only to escape. It looks like the Obsidian Statue will get taken down, and the Gargantuan Sea Turtle should get taken down here. Alright, Tauren Chieftain now coming in as well. So we do have an Orc Tri-Hero versus an Undead Tri-Hero. Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, Tauren Chieftain, as the Tauren Chieftain falls at level 1. Tauren Chieftain, a rather tanky hero, but focused down very quickly with the additional help of skeletal warriors to get in that surround. Another grunt goes down at the cost of a ghoul. A good trade there, as we can see that the Naga Sea Witch and Lich is a nasty 1-2 combination, slowing down units and removing their armor to get hit even further. Coming back in, the Gargantuan Sea Turtle has yet to be taken down. Double skeletal warriors here. It looks like the Gargantuan Sea Turtle will fall. There is that -5 armor, taking extra damage indeed, and now a full potion of invulnerability. 15 seconds of invulnerability on that Death Knight, making him extremely, extremely powerful and beefing up the rest of the army, as he will be able to get a Death Coil off on the Lich to heal him if he is in trouble. Naga Sea Witch now sitting at level 2. I never really know what second ability a Naga Sea Witch gets. That Frost Arrow is so good, but Fork Lightning and Mana Shield are really not used that often. The Naga Sea Witch tends to have a problem with being very, very mana intensive. You can see that she is sitting on 48 mana right now, and with 48 mana, the Naga Sea Witch is not going to be able to do anything. What, Lady Serpentra is her name? I like Anaconda the most. Anyways, Anaconda. I think it was Anaconda, not Anaconda. Anyways, let's come in here, get in a little bit of a battle. Tauren Chieftain does have a Scroll Town Portal, gets into the middle of the fight. All the units are in the backfield. The Kodo Beast does chomp on a ghoul before he teleports back home. So some beautiful, beautiful play there. Tauren Chieftain does have a Scroll Town Portal once again. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 3, one ghoul sitting off to the north, making sure no expansion is coming in, as the Death Knight now attempting to take down the Troll Warlord. Death Knight does have another Wand of Mana Stealing, would be very effective to steal mana from that Tauren Chieftain or that Shadow Hunter, both very, very effective, as we now see a Blade Master pick up the Death Knight pick up Rune Bracers. That's actually a better item for the Orc player. The Undead player doesn't really have to deal with that much magic damage. Level 3 now on the Lich, level 4 on the Death Knight, 4-3-2 compared to 3-3-1. So we are still very, very close in terms of hero levels. The Undead just slightly higher by 2 levels overall. And one of those levels is a level 3 Lich. So with that level 2 Frost Nova could do a lot more crowd control than we expect. Tauren Chieftain now looking to come in here. The Tauren Chieftain does have Endurance Aura as well. Shadow Hunter, Blade Master now sitting at 4, so it is a 4-3-2 versus a 4-3-2, as the Blade Master accidentally purges down a Hex. Ogre Lord now doing a little bit of damage here. It looks like, yes, the Rune of Healing will come in just in time to protect, as the Tome of Knowledge now coming in. +1 to every stat for the Tauren Chieftain, as the Shadow Hunter is getting closer and closer to level 4. Meanwhile, Naga Sea Witch still sitting at 3. Naga Sea Witch may get to 3. No, Naga Sea Witch sitting at 2, may get to 3, but I spoke too soon, as the Naga Sea Witch is still just slightly shy. May get it off with one more kill. Yes, that kill will give him 3 experience at least, as the Naga Sea Witch now sitting at 420 mana. So we are now at 4-3-2 versus 4-3-3. As the Tauren Chieftain still looking to get more and more excuse me, as the Tauren Chieftain is looking to get more and more experience. Level 2 Stomp would do wonders from that Tauren Chieftain in order to just deal a lot of damage to all of these ghouls. One ghoul quickly taken down. You can see that the Orc Burrows and the Watchtowers all have that fortified armor, meaning destroyers do not deal bonus damage to them. So far, Spiral has yet to really defend his base, but we do see Taurens now being trained. Spiral bringing in Taurens into this battle as Dust of Appearance Blademaster now comes in, as the Tauren Chieftain at 1300 hit points could really deal some serious damage. However, the destroyers are there, and the destroyer could just take down this Tauren very easily if his opponent is not very careful with them. Taurens, 1300 hit points, 3 armor, 5 supply, very effective, as we are now taking a look at Gauntlets over Strength. 4-4-3 versus 4-4-3 now, I believe. Yes, and the hero levels have started to level off compared to each other. We are now even in terms of level completely, as the Blademaster is still back at home healing up with some healing salves. Spiral coming over, knows that with the Watcher Ward here, he can pretty much come into the shop without worry, is now going to be backing away as almost all of the orange creep camps have been crept out, except for the ones here and here. These creep camps are the least likely to be creeped, as you do expose yourself to the center of the map, while perhaps getting cut off from the entire map completely. The most you can do is try and pull them either away here or here, so you do have a route in order to escape, but things do go from bad to worse sometimes in many of those engagements. Blademaster sitting on plus 12 damage, Endurance Aura helping him attack slightly faster. I'm not quite sure what the other plus 12 is. Orb of Lightning, Slippers of Agility, I guess that is it, as we are now looking at the Blademaster looking and wandering around on the inside. Still no Shade though, as a Shade now being trained. Acolyte has already jumped in there. The water is, I guess, tepid. Not quite sure why it's tepid, but let's go ahead and take a look at what will be happening here. Kodo Beast, Shadowhunter sitting at 4. One poor ghoul wandering to the wrong side of the map is going to get taken out. The Blademaster quickly going to be going after it there, as there goes the ghoul. Meanwhile, Gargantuan Sea Turtle going to get crept out here. This is pretty much at the same time as the Undead is going to be creeping out these Gargantuan Sea Turtles, and every creep camp on the map has been cleaned up by the 18-minute mark of this game. Toma Strength being left behind as the Death Knight, now very close to level 5. Meanwhile, the Blademaster halfway to level 5. Shadowhunter not quite there yet. Either is the Tauren Chieftain. So the next battle will be extremely important, as there are double potions of lesser vulnerabilities on the Orc army. Meanwhile, the Undead army has it has 1 potion of invulnerability, 1 greater healing, and then 1 potion of healing as well. So both sides ready for a long battle with a lot of focus fire on their heroes. Great Hall now being constructed rather quickly with the help of a Pocket Hall. You can see how fast it is being constructed there. We are going into Troll Berserkers. Troll Berserkers also benefiting from the Warsong Battle Drums, as the Blademaster now making its way over. It will get a lot of bonus damage with the help of those with the Kodo, and also that Endurance Aura plus 10 additional damage for a total of 22. That's going to be some very high possible critical strikes into the 200 to 300 range if the Blademaster can get to level 6 or 7. Now, let's take a look here. The Blademaster is sitting at, what, 75 damage. If you triple it or quadruple it, it could actually get to 300 damage rather quickly on the high end. Shade now being brought over here. Meanwhile, HLA is also bringing in a Frostworm in order to slow down
player's forces are under attack.
That Blademaster from attacking extremely quickly. Blademaster sitting at 170 mana is looking to finish off this fight. You can see Taurens are in this battle. Raiders are in here as well. And who is going to come out? It's really going to come down to focus fire. There are destroyers, obsidian statues on the field with plenty of mana. And with plenty of mana, that means that these destroyers can get a lot of splash damage to destroyers and 2 obsidian statues on the field is really all you need. However, Spiral now sitting on 2 bases compared to HLA's 1, and that 10 supply difference could be enough to tip the scales. Blade Master now looking to back off here. What is going to be happening as the Blade Master now backing off? You can see, the Blade Master using a potion of lesser invulnerability in order to get away. Will back off once more, needs to buy another one or perhaps even a scroll of healing to deal with the army that he currently sees. Kodo Beast now on the field as well. Do we have the improved War Song battle drums? I'm no way of really knowing unless Blizzard actually somehow lets you see what the current upgrades are. Peons now looking to back away. It looks like 1 peon will get taken down. Are more units going to fall here? Spiral losing his expansion. Did he get enough gold from it to really pay it off? I do believe so, but not by much, as a couple of peons have fallen as well. Tauren Chieftain now looking to come in for the engagement. Is he going to be able to get in? Slow arrow on those Taurens, as you can see how much damage that one particular Tauren took in a matter of seconds. There's a stomp. Tauren Chieftain now using a potion of lesser invulnerability. Both sides looking to fight as the Frostworms are now looking to back away again. Blade Master still coming in. There is a healing wave. Those are some more Frostworm attacks. Scroll of Town Portal now coming in as the Troll Berserkers looking to focus down some of those units as they all get out of there. So far, the Shadow Hunter at level 4 has fallen. Blade Master is still alive, but losing that Shadow Hunter was a rather risky play, as we're now going to see the Undead finish off Spiral's expansion here, and his own economic advantage is now all for naught as he is down by 5 supply. Frostworm now looking to come in, looks in to take down some units. Will it be able to get away in time? It looks like the Death Knight will get off the kill. We now see a whole bunch of Troll Berserkers attempting to take down some of these Frostworms. And are we going to perhaps see an Ensnare? The Ensnare is all you really need in order to focus down that last one Frostworm, as the Raiders are now going after and now ensnaring some of the heroes. The heroes are relatively low on hit points. A Death Coil changes that. Blade Master now coming in as well. It looks as though, yes, the Lich does go down as the Blade Master reaches level 5. Level 3 Lich goes down as the Death Knight still trying to keep his Frostworm army alive. However, the Blade Master coming in with very, very heavy damage gets taken down, though. As the Blade Master falls, you can see that the Death Knight may come out ahead here. So far, the Taurens trying to fight back. No more Frostworms that I can see, as the Troll Berserkers are now focusing down all of these Destroyers. The Destroyers really giving chase here, as the Tauren Chieftain now making its way over. Is this going to be enough? Naga Sea Witch now trying to fight back. Obsidian Statue still launching, or still healing as much as possible, as the Naga Sea Witch is still launching arrows against that Tauren. That Tauren is very, very low on hit points. Is it going to fall? It looks like it will. The Destroyer is able to do that just enough, as we now see the Destroyers looking to come in again. Another Tauren Chieftain could get taken down. Frost Arrow forcing the Tauren Chieftain to walk in slow motion all the way back home, and the Tauren Chieftain looks like it will fall here. One more shot should do it. Yes, there it goes, as we now see level 6 on the Death Knight. Level 6 on the Death Knight does mean Animate Dead. Animate Dead is extremely, extremely strong on this map, or extremely strong if he actually had enough mana for it. I'm not quite sure why he Death Coiled his opponent's units just for a 300 hit point damage burst. Not very effective, but some of these units are going to start to fall. Meanwhile, we can see that another unit now coming in. Another Troll Berserker will get taken down. Naga Sea Witch falls at level 4. That Naga Sea Witch had no real rhyme or reason to be in that fight whatsoever, as we now see Wanda Mana Stealing come in. Shadow Hunter could end up taking 2 Death Coils in just a moment. Decides to back away. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 5. Now looking to head off to the north to perhaps try and slow down this Shadow Hunter here. Main bases have been mined out, so we are at 1 base to 0. This is not looking good for HLA, as Spiral has mounted up a very, very surprising and commanding lead. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 5. Let's take a look. Hex, or HLA, now trying to back away. Hex landing on another unit there, as the Death Knight now trying to make its way in. Death Coil hits the Shadow Hunter with 28 hit points left. Potion of Healing. Are we going to perhaps see a scroll of regeneration or healing wave? There it is again. There's the clarity potion. There's the healing salve again, as the Death Knight now needs to back off. New heroes, or heroes being resurrected. No, not yet, as HLA is now unsummoning buildings in order to get back into this fight. So far, the Shade is still keeping track of the army. Spiral has a good size army, 35 compared to 31. And that is bad news for both sides, as their heroes are all getting resurrected. Tauren Chieftain for the Orc, Naga Sea Witch for the Undead. And now what will be happening next, as the Kodo Beast is making its way out across the map. So far, Grunts, Troll Berserkers looking to make their way in. We can see Acolytes are here. Acolytes are falling to try and free up some supply. Not quite sure why at all. As you can see, one Frostworm is now out. 29 over 40. No more gold whatsoever for the Undead player. Meanwhile, I believe it is 600 a minute for Spiral. Spiral sitting on a huge lead now. Just needs to wait out this game and not make any mistakes. Kodo Beast down to 622 hit points. It looks as though it is going to be a bit of an engagement. There you have it. Blade Master has been resurrected at the tavern, and he is going to be making his way out here in just a moment. So far, we can see that the Naga Sea Witch is going to be coming back into the play. Level 6, level 3. Is it level 4 on the Naga Sea Witch? Possibly. Meanwhile, the Great Hall has yet to fall here, down to about half life. Alright, what's going to be going on next? Kodo Beast now making their rounds down. Blade Master, Shadow Hunter now bringing up the rear again. It looks as though Spiral is going to be able to take this game, but not for certain yet, as HLA is still unsummoning buildings to make up room for this rather small but potent army. If he can take down this small but potent army, he will be rather impressive, but he's got an uphill battle to climb, as his opponent does have Tauren Chieftains, Kodo Beasts, Raiders, Blade Master, and the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter all together. Here you go. There, this could be the final battle. There is an ensnare. The Lich quickly going to get taken down. There's a stomp. No real way to retreat, and that is going to be the game. HLO losing the spiritual here on Turtle Rock. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.